Nested for loops are loops inside of other loops, just like a nest is inside of a tree, and just like nested ifs. So let's check them out. We're going to need to first clear out the contents of the list box. So I'll put that line in. We learned that in the previous video. So lstanswer.items.clear to clear out the list box. Then let's have an outer loop. And I'll go with FOR for 4. And then I'll have int x equals 1. That's the initial value. X will start with 1, semicolon. And then as long as x is less than or equal to 12, we're okay, semicolon. And then x plus equals 1. We want x to go up by 1 every time. It will start at 1, and then every time we come back up to the loop, it will go up by 1. Then here comes an inner loop, the loop inside of the loop. 4, and I'll go with int y equals 1, semicolon, as long as y is less than or equal to 12, semicolon, and then y plus plus, which is the same thing as plus equals 1, just using them both for you. I'll document the end of these loops. Things are starting to get a little confusing with all the braces here, so I want to make sure I know where each loop starts and ends. And we're going to display the values of x and y. We'll add it to the list box. So lstanswer.items.add x is, and then we'll show x, and then y is, and we will show y. And let's run it, and there are 144 lines. Notice x stays 1 12 times, while y goes up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So y runs through 1 through 12 while x holds, and that happens to y 12 times. There's 144 lines there. Let's put a breakpoint in and watch what happens. So I'll add to the watch, x is 0. So I'll add watch. I right-click to make that happen. I'm not sure exactly why is going to be 78 at first, but that's going to change in a hurry anyway. So let's watch x and y. X starts as 1. That is less than or equal to 12, so we're okay. Y starts at 1, so watch that change. And it is less than or equal to 1, so we go inside the loop. Then we come up. Notice how the update happens first, and then it shifts into the middle. See how that on the right, it updates and keeps adding to y. And if you look, you'll notice that y is changing values in red right when it changes. And it keeps going all the way until y is going to become 11, then 12, and then it's going to actually become 13. But 13 is not less than or equal to 12. So the loop will not run again. The inner loop won't run again. So we're out of that. Then that takes us to the brace of the outer loop, which takes us back up to the start of the outer loop. And now we add 1 to x. That gets updated for the first time. Now x is 2, which is less than or equal to 12, and sends us back in for 12 more rounds of y. And that's how that whole process goes. And again, there's 144 lines there. The inner loop runs 12 times. The outer loop runs 12 times. And 12 times 12 is 144. For every 1 time the x outer loop runs, the y inner loop runs 12 times. We can do some math with this. So let's find the values of x times y. All right. There we go. There's multiples of 1 all the way from 1 to 12. There's multiples of 2, multiples of 3, multiples of 4, of 5, of 6, of 7. They're all there. All the multiples of numbers from 1 to 12 with 12 multiples of them. We can also do something with a list box I haven't shown you before, and that is to go to its multi-column property. And that'll give us the chance to get a horizontal scroll bar. So I'll make multi-column true. And then I know I want 12 values to show up, so I've got to make this list box a little taller. That can be a little tricky. I had some issues here, but I'm trying to make it so I can fit 12 values in. And you notice that it's adjusting based on the height of the objects inside. And I'm going to mess it up here at first, I believe. Just to show you. All right. So let's run the program. Nested for loops, and didn't quite get what I wanted. It's one too big. So I'm going to slide it. Well, not like that. I want to move it up by one. There we go. So that I have 12 rows. And there's multiples of each number all the way through 12. 12 rows with 12 columns. So that's just something else nifty you can do with multi-column if you need to do that.